This week's episode is brought to you by trombones. You're listening to The Kelly Slusher Show with your host, Kelly Slusher. Well, hello. Thanks for joining me, you guys. Yay. Okay, I'm getting to this. I woke up like 6:30 a.m. to get to this. You're like, why would you do that? I'm like, well, because there's so much going on. This month of December is crazy. Like next week will be fine. And then the following weeks after that, it's very questionable. And the last week of December, I do not know how I'm going to get to the podcast because they have me. It's because of the place I work as a baker. They're going to have me work some extra days because they want to be open on their day off because of the tourists. So it's it gets like that place already gets really busy, especially on the weekends. But we have this thing called Victorian Christmas, and I was there yesterday, and it was the first one. And the first one, I think the first and last one are the most busy. I can't even believe how many people showed up yesterday. And there's usually a lot of people, but this was like, I think this was the next level. The cars, I mean, so this is a tiny town, and then a lot of people come from this. So it's like a bunch of out-of-town people. I'm sure there's local people that show up too, for sure. But there's, I just couldn't believe, like, I mean, so it's like it changes the whole town feeling, you know. It's like there's so many different kinds of people that are now, it's like it being invaded in a way. It's cool. I'm glad that, you know, people make a lot of money. It's a great time to make money. I know several people that have little booths, and I'm like, ooh, I should have a booth next year of a little baking booth and do some other thing, you know. I was like, wouldn't it be funny if I had a booth that was just me? Like, what's this one? I'm like, oh, you're just me. Listen to my podcast. I'll just say like Kelly Slusher Show. So yeah, it's the amount of work I have to do, like yesterday, the bake schedule is huge, and so I'm working like at lightning speed to get everything done, and it's a lot. And so I was so exhausted last night. I'm like, I have to do this. And then this morning I've got there's some, like, my heater isn't not working right, so the repair guy's got to come at like 8, and then I still need to get, like, Mondays are my sleep day, like my rest day, but this is going out, and I have to work tomorrow, which is not normal. I don't want to work on Tuesday. I don't want to work on Tuesdays. Anyway, enough of my wah, but I think, and so my notes are out of control because I've made a new commitment to this podcast with, like, even more. I'm going to be doing some other, like, I've got my TikTok up and making more videos and getting past some of that stuff, because this is the funnest thing I do. As much as I love to bake, this podcast, I've really been thinking a lot about that, how much I think about all the time. That's what I want to do. And I have more sketch ideas. I mean, yeah, it's fun because once you get into that flow, anyway. So, okay. And the other thing is I got caught. I've been caught. No, it's cool, and it's not a big deal, but I didn't think anyone was listening from where I work, because I don't really talk about it. I've talked about that, so I can, like, kind of separate the two things. I definitely don't want everyone to know everything about me. I don't know, I'm a weirdo. Levels. My friends can, and you know, but, like, when it comes to, not that you guys know everything about me, but there's things I talk about. So So one of my friends, a coworker, friend, and I've told her about my podcast. I told a couple people she knows about, but I never thought she would listen to it because, you know, I'm not full of myself thinking everyone cares about my projects, whatever. So I've been saying things, and she's like, I've been listening to your podcast. I'm like, oh no. And it's not about her. It's about the fact that more people probably are going to catch on. So no more. I can't really talk about the stories anymore unless it's, like, completely neutral, relevant. Everyone there knows. So the last podcast I did talk about, and she texted me, so I think she made a comment about this when I talked about the stinky coworker, and And I think she might have said he might find out or he could find out, but don't take it down. I was like, I should take it down. Like, don't take it down. I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to be good from here on out. Not that I was being bad, but I was telling some stories thinking no one's going to hear it. No one cares. In my head, I think no one listens. No one cares. I know it's pathetic. I'm kind of have that. I don't know why I think that way. I'm so in my own head. I think that, but when I look at my back end, I can see that all over the world, I see, I don't get to see individually people, but I get to see, like, it shows me countries, and California is my biggest, a lot of listeners are from California, but it doesn't break it down. Well, maybe it could, but it's more like the different parts of the world. I get to see, okay, people are listening, and I love you guys. Thanks for listening, because this is fun. It's only going to get funner. Okay. So today's episode was brought to you by trombones. Why? Because they're funny. And I guess I'm doing that because I think it's funny because there's podcasts that start out with their like promotional stuff. And I would actually like to start doing promotional in the best way possible and to support this podcast more in the most tasteful way. But I just thought it would be funny until I have that to maybe not always do it. But trombones. Why are trombones funny? Well, they make funny sounds, and the name is funny, and they're big, and they look kind of funny. So everything about a trombone, I do think is funny. Same as donkeys are funny. Donkeys are not that funny because donkeys are actually very vicious, from what I found out. From my research and my information, I found out that donkeys can be really, if they're trained properly, you don't want to mess with a donkey. Okay, whatever you do, don't do it. Whatever you do, don't do it. Okay, I have something to tell you. So, I saw a ghost, and I've never seen a ghost. It was at work. Everyone hears it, like, because when you're by yourself and there's maybe one or two, especially if you're the only person, like tomorrow morning, oh great. Tomorrow morning I will be the only person for maybe an hour or two. Everyone shows up a little bit later. So I saw the ghost there. So I was upstairs, and I changed my shoes. I have like work shoes. I leave them there. And then I put on my street shoes, just like Mr. Rogers. And I was changing my shoes, and I heard this knock. And there's knocks. I always hear knocks, but in my head, I go, well, those are probably pipes. And it could be pipes because there's a brewery, and I don't know if it's like, releasing water into those tanks. I don't know. That's my logical brain. Because I'm not, believe it or not, I do have the logical brain, okay? I do make logic out of it before I go, I just saw a ghost. So I've always heard it, and it's kind of freaked me out, especially when you're by yourself. You're like, what is that? Nothing came down the stairs, but I heard something walking down the stairs. I heard something in the front. There's nothing there. And so I'm not the only person. And I'm just sitting there putting on my shoes, and I just happen to, like, for whatever reason, turn around and look, which I don't normally do. And I see a face, and it's looking at me and smiling. And it was like benevolent. It was not mean, but it had like the beard. It totally looked like like someone that was probably like an old miner, and he was by the water heater and like he was kind of, you guys know, you can't reference this, but he was not that far, but not super close. Okay. But it was kind of see-through. And I was like, wait a minute, did I just imagine that? And then I leave, and I'm thinking about it. And I went up to one of my coworkers, and I told her, I was like, I think I saw a ghost. She's like, oh no, you probably did. And she hates the idea that there's ghosts there. I'm not afraid of the ghosts. The only thing I don't want it to do is think it can like mess with me. Don't come near me, and don't try to do poltergeisty type of stuff, because, I'll have to, I'm not afraid of you, that doesn't scare me. So they're like, but I wouldn't want to go into like an old haunted house that's creepy. That's something I would never want to do. It is a little eerie. It's eerie. But, so then I leave, and I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, did I? And then it just really occurred. I'm like, yeah, no, because I hadn't really thought about it. I was like, yes, I did see that, because it was a little see-through. It was a face. And I even walked around to make sure, because it's an area where people sometimes take their breaks. Not that anyone there taking their breaks would be staring at me like that. They're up there going, I want to see no people. They put their headphones on and they just pretend no one else exists and they just need to get, it's a very busy place. And so that wouldn't have happened anyway. And so then I was like, okay, yes, I'm going to confirm I did see it. Anyway, I'm not afraid of it, but I've never seen a ghost. I've heard stuff. And so I was like, wow, I can't believe all this time I've never actually seen a ghost. One time I did see a pair of legs running when I lived in my other house that I moved before I moved here. I saw some legs and I was like, what? It was out the window. There were these hairy legs, like a man's legs, but I didn't see a body. I was like, what? And so then I looked out and there was nothing there. I was like, well, maybe it was just like I just didn't see the whole body. There was nobody there. So I guess I did see that. And I've heard weird stuff and I've seen weird things in the sky and I have seen weird stuff. I take it all with a grain of salt because, but that really happened. I saw it. And I'm kind of hoping, that doesn't start happening. Okay. This holiday season. How many times are we going to hear that? This holiday season. This holiday season. Save big. I've been noticing puff sleeves are becoming more popular with the ladies. And it's like that part of me that's like, oh, that's cool. And like my 12-year-old self was like, ooh, puff sleeves. But I've seen it a couple times and I'm like, but they're big. I definitely couldn't pull that off. I'm too little. Like it would look ridiculous on me. And the one person that was wearing it, she was standing in line and I was like, and then a coworker would say, hey, go look at her puff sleeves. They were really pink and puffy. And I was like, I don't know. I just don't think I like that. That's fine. Everyone wants to do puff sleeves. How big are they going to get? So that was a trend. But that's one of my so Anna Green Gables. What was his name? It's such a sweet story. Anyway, she gets Matthew. Matthew buys her the dress she wants because she's going to go to the ball. And she's like, and it was the puff sleeves. And she's like, puff sleeves, puffiest in the world. That's all I get when I see girls wearing their puff sleeves. I think I'm going to go up to someone and be like, wow, I love your puff sleeves. They're the puffiest in the world. And I wonder if they'd get my reference. I'm not making fun of you. Anyway, that's interesting. Puffy sleeves. No, I'd look like a big, like over the summer, I bought what I thought looked really good. Us short girls have to be careful. My mom did this too. This is really cute dress that I saw online, and it was like the model was tall. It looked really good, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's pink, and it has like kind of like this bubble skirt." And I buy it, I take it home, and I look like a big piece of bubble gum. I look so ridiculous in it. No, this doesn't work on me. So the other day I was at my gym, and Carry On My Wayward Son, that song was playing. And then I was like, oh yeah, that was the first song that I played when I was 16 at the state fair. I was taking bass lessons, and they would put bands together, and it's my first performance. And I think we played another song, but that song really stuck out to me. And then this, I don't know, someone asked me for my autograph, and it was kind of like this really ridiculous person. I was like, what? You want my autograph? I remember just feeling so dorky because I had I was a little punk rocker, and I had, I was really cool. I was too cool. And I was like, why am I playing this dumb music? But I just really wanted to perform, and I wanted to play, and it just came natural to me. And it was like, anyway, I was playing bass, if I didn't mention that. My bass was my first instrument. I had a boyfriend my 16-year-old boyfriend. I just mentioned one time to him, I was kind of thinking about it. I was like, gosh, because he played guitar. He was taking guitar lessons. And I was like, oh, I think I want to play bass. And it was like, it seemed like the next day he like signed me up for bass lessons. He bought me a bass guitar. He bought me an amp. Like he was so excited that I wanted to play. So thanks, dude. It was good. And I started playing, and my bass teacher was like, when I stopped taking lessons, like, please don't stop playing music. I was like, no, I won't. I'll totally start. I'll still play. I'll still play. But it was really interesting how it just was all handed to me. Like, oh, it was like a thought, and all of a sudden I was like playing, and I really picked it up. I think that's how things work, things that are meant to be. Mr. Chickpeas. Mr. Chickpeas, what's for dinner? Mr. Chickpeas. Let's see. This isn't an original joke, but it's something I thought about. Toothpicks. There was a sketch someone showed me. I would have done it differently. In fact, I just might have to do it differently. But it's true that if you put a toothpick in your mouth, it all of a sudden, you just look like a badass. I can't say that. I can't say any curse words because when I upload my podcast, it asks if it's got explicit lyrics. It's not made for kids. There's something about like editing out the words that you want to say because they're very expressive. Anyway, I look like a bad boot. I look like a bad butt. Like instead of saying the A word, I look like a bad at butt. You're such a bad butt. Man, you're a bad butt. What would it be? But it does. Like someone had come into work and they had a toothpick in their mouth like that. And I was like, oh, see? Why? Is it because it's pokey? Wow, you got a toothpick hanging out. It's true. If you want to intimidate someone, put a toothpick in your mouth. It's so like lackadaisical. Like I was picking my teeth, but just so you know, I pick my teeth and I keep it in my mouth. I keep the toothpick in my mouth. Why does it make you look like such a bad butt? Let's see. So many notes. Sugar plums dancing in my head. Well, you might want to get checked out for something. You might want to go get that looked at. You might want to talk to a psychologist, a shrink, if you got sugar plums dancing in your head. And we don't have plums, so I don't know why there's sugar plums. Okay. There's so many random, when I look at dub stuff. Okay, so there was this, I don't know, I was looking up Christmas music online. I was listening to something, and this dubstep Christmas playlist came up, and I was like, oh. So Jingle Bells. Do it. Listen to it. Type in dubstep Christmas on your listening platform, because it's really ridiculous. It's like, Jingle Bells. Wow. Oh, it's so stupid. It doesn't work for Christmas songs. Don't do it. If you have to listen to dubstep because you can't hear anything else but dubstep, Christmas, I need to hear Jingle Bells in dubstep style. It's worth a laugh. And if you like dubstep, well, sorry. I was actually watching this thing on Nickelback. And I never liked Nickelback ever, wouldn't have listened to Nickelback, wouldn't even thought about listening to Nickelback. But, I guess they were some super, I don't even know, I guess I missed it, I don't know about it, but they were a really huge band at one point. And then there become a point where it was a joke to make fun of Nickelback. And if you make fun of Nickelback, then you're letting people know that you're cool. They became a joke. So weird. I don't know. That's just a weird thing. Why something all of a sudden becomes that and everyone's on board with that, even if they were the ones going to the concerts. Anyway, I'm not making fun of them because I don't know enough about them to make fun of them. I just hear other people making fun of them, and I want you guys to think I'm cool. Just kidding. The long run. In the long run. So weird. I hear snippets of phrases and go, what a strange thing we all say. Well, in the long run, you won't regret that. In the long run, you'll regret that. In the long run, what's so long? Are you running long? In the long run, when you run really long, in the long run. So let's see. This podcast, I'm going to say it's not going to be long because I have to edit it. And like I said, I don't have as much time this holiday season. I have less time to do the things I want to do. But next, starting at the first of the year, January, things get like silent. They get so quiet. Let's see. Oh, have you noticed how dumb Home Alone 2 just gets me so irked every time? I have a hard time watching movies anyway, because if the storylines are weird or there's anything off, I'll catch it. Generally, I'm like, that doesn't make any sense, because I'm a writer. I write stuff, I eventually would love to do more writing of like, gosh, it'd be so a neato mosquito to write entire episodes. It'd have to have other actors, but I definitely have that in my abilities to write a comedy. I could do write serious, but that's depressing. I don't want to do drama. I don't even want to do dramedy, and I don't even want to do dark comedy. I like my lighthearted stuff with a twist of strange weirdness as you're listening to this podcast. But anyway, Home Alone 2 is so ridiculous. Like, okay, number one, how could you be such a moron that you again would lose your kid? So they had to make it like, well, we didn't really lose him, but like, what I think it was like they ended up, they were still in the air. No, he makes it to the airport, but then, here's a guy that looks just like his dad, follows the wrong dad. And then the mom gets in the airplane. She's like, where's Kevin? And someone's like, don't worry, I counted the kids. That was the problem in the first one. Remember, you dumb lady? You moron. Count it yourself. Okay, I'm going to trust. I know last time my child got left alone. He got burglarized. It was a mess. But, we're going to take a chance again. And oops, did it again. That doesn't make any sense. Wait, there's more. So then he ends up in New York. And he happens to have his dad's backpack full of money. Oh, that's realistic. Okay. So he's got all this cash. Wait, you think that's extreme? He sees the bad guys in New York City. Millions of people. He runs into the bad guys again. What are they called? I forget the name. The bandits. Something bandits. So funny. No. And then he saves the toy store. It's so silly. It would never happen. But I will say there was this makes no sense. This is creepy. Because if you've ever been to New York, it's ginormous, okay? There's millions. It's a tiny island. You can walk across it in like 20, 30 minutes. East and west. Long ways, no, but east and west. But it's long, really narrow. And it's packed full of millions of people. I mean, I don't even want to say how many millions. It doesn't make any sense. That's why you can't ever be alone unless you go to Coney Island. Then, because no one really goes to Coney Island like they used to. Maybe if there's like a festival, but anyway. So before I had moved there, I was living in Philadelphia, and a carload of friends from Philly. We drove up to New York. It's only like an hour. We go to New York. And we don't know we're looking for some place, and we don't know where this place is at. And we see a random guy in like a million, like tons of people, wherever we're at. We were somewhere. There's tons of people. We asked this random guy, we're like, excuse me, sir, do you know where blah, blah, blah is? I don't know if we're going to Queens. We're probably going to Queens, because I think that's what we're doing. It was somewhere in Queens. I think we're going to some show, and we couldn't find such and such, or how we would get there. And he told us, this one random guy tells us, okay, so we're headed up to that area, and we're driving, and we're so far away from when we saw that guy. And we go to, it was like a donut shop or something, and we're like, someone's like, hey, let's stop in there. Some really tiny random place, way far away, like miles and miles, like way up in New York, like probably more near. Yeah, I think we had gone to Queens, which is like another island. Okay. We were so far away, and we stopped by in some like random, I'm going to say it's like a donut shop, but it was something like that. And we stop in there. That same guy was in there, and we're like, what? Hi. What? We're like, hi again. how in the world, like, that's like, needle in a haystack. It was really weird. So then I'm like, was he following us? No, because he was in there first. Was he mind controlling us to go in there? It was weird. Weirdness. It's my mom's favorite word. Weirdness. Let me see. I've said a lot of things on my list, but I will say this about my work. The head baker, she listens to like murder mysteries in the morning. It's like 5, not every time but on every other Saturday she works and she listens to this podcast where they solve murders. And some of that I do for some reason find some of that sometimes interesting. I don't know why, maybe the detective brain, but like part of myself, like, but it's like so early in the morning and I'm like, why? I don't want to hear about that. 5 a.m. It's my peaceful time. I should be sleeping right now. And I'm listening to this murder podcast as I make muffins. Making muffins. There's so many good things. I'm so excited. So this ending part, I'm going to end it. I don't know if it's short or not. I haven't checked my time, but, I heard this song the other day and I fell in love with it, and I've heard it before, but I heard it in a different way. So I learned it, We Three Kings, and it's so pretty. And I realize like the Christmas songs that I really am attracted to the most are the more medieval sounding, like the A minor to E minor, D minor, B minor, the minors, B7th. This song is full of that. It was written in 1857, I believe. It was for like a play, but it sounds like it's from like 1650s. And so I'm imagining as I'm singing it, like two people I knew, they put their Christmas tree up last night, and I was like, "Can I play your guitar?" So I started playing this song. They're like, "Ooh, it's like like a medieval." I'm like, "Yeah, it's like I'm sitting in a castle singing this." So I'm imagining I'm sitting in a castle singing this in the court, and in the court. And you've got, I've got them like in the castle, and then like I'm kind of in like some area where there's people walking around, and I'm just kind of in the area just playing this song. Okay, so let's listen to that. All right? Okay. Thanks for listening, you guys. I will be back next week, and hopefully the following 2 weeks, but if not, January, it's on. Okay. Bye-bye.
We three kings of Orient are, bearing gifts we traverse afar, field and fountain, moor and mountain, following yonder star. Oh, star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading still, proceeding, guide us thy perfect light. Born a king on Bethlehem's plain, gold I bring to crown him again. King forever, ceasing never over us all to reign. Oh, star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading still, proceeding, guide us thy perfect light. Myrrh is mine, its bitter perfume, breaths of life of gathering gloom, sorrow siding, bleeding, dying, sealed in the stone cold tomb. Oh, star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading still, replies. Oh, star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading